Good morning, Buccaneer fans. Welcome to the Recplex. I have before us the first game of the 2026 Midwest Hockey Association Bantam Tournament. This is the bronze pool. Junior Bucs in it, along with Ames, Sioux City, and Waterloo, and Fremont. Fremont was a late add. Just adjusting the camera here. Scoreboard camera. There we go. We got it back connected. We got some 13-minute stop clock action in this game. Bucs are wearing their whites, Ames is wearing their orange, and we're playing some hockey. These two opponents are very familiar with each other this year, this being the 7th time that we will have played each other. Bucs hold a 5-1 advantage in those contests. Ames with it here at the half wall. Sends it on down below the end line, gathered up by Brody Burns. Over to Cam Hentz. Sends it up Evan Burke. Ewing flicks it ahead to the far side before going off. We're going to get an icing call. Bucs coming off a tie in their last game against Okoboji last weekend. 4-4. I believe Boston Ewing scored late in that one. Ames, I'm not sure what their last result was. Walked with it back to Cole Tice. Tice sends it in towards the net. Jensen Walker there in the corner. Puck still in the corner, finally picked up by Flyer. Flyers come with it through center ice. Cole Tice still with it in the corner. Grant walked. Can't control it at the near half wall. Ames whiffs on a clearance, walked with it. Walked up to Walker, can't get it on his stick. We're going to get an icing, and we're going to go the other way. Lambert with it for the Bucs, plays it up. Flicked on by Shizzle. Heron's going to give chase to the end line. Takes it in behind the net, looking for a centering pass. Pulls it back out to Kaiser at the point. He can't control it. Backhands it back to Heron, retrieves it center ice. Back to Maine, over to Lambert. Puck knocked free, Lambert with it. Heron retrieves it, tries to get it up to Lambert. Intercepted, but the zone is cleared. Ames has to check up. Heron is going to get a penalty for hooking as he stick lifted as he was shooting it. Flyers are going to go on a power play here. Puck loose in front of the net. Sickles with the save, cleared out by Ewing. Gathers at the half wall. Blocks the attempt in. Ewing chips it ahead. He's got a good face. There's a shot and a goal! Boston Ewing gets the Bucs on the board first. Boston Ewing with the shorty. Bucs are still at a penalty kill, up 1-0. We're going to get offsides is the call. Bucs changing on this stoppage. Burns back to retrieve below his end line. Pass to Walks, too hot off his stick. Ames sends it into the point. Gathered up by Grant Walks. He's coming around the near side into the offensive zone. Gets past their defender. Takes it all the way behind the net. Met up against the boards. Ames comes out with it behind their own net. Clearing pass up center of the ice, gathered by Cam Hintz. He's going to take it to his own zone. He's going to try and chip it out. Hits the flyer. That was not anticipated. Walk back to retrieve. He's going to get tripped from behind, and we're going to get 3 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Bucs will have almost 90 seconds of a power play. Bucs going to go down to the Flyers' end. Flyers win the face-off. Bucs are on a power play now for about 1:20. Pass hits his own player. Shot misses the side of the net. Ray Kemper with it in front of his own bench. Chips it on ahead. He's going to chase it. Ames player is going to get there. Misses on the clearance. Loses the edge. Ray Kemper with it in the corner. Walk retrieves. Walker's in the front. Pass to Ray Kemper behind him. I don't think he was expecting it. Ames tries to clear. Hazel sends it along the far boards to Walker. Tries to poke it on. Shot behind the goalie. Out to Hazel. High up off the glass. Ames finally clears it out. Tice over to Hazel. Hazel's going to take it in. Shot right in the midsection and held for a face-off. 20 seconds left on the Buccaneer power play. Face-off's coming to the left of the Ames goalie. Heron to take it. Lambert to Heron, back to Lambert. Lambert plays it behind Shizzle. Penalty's over, both sides are at full strength. Puck is loose. Gathered by Lambert. Toe drags it in, puck's free. Kaiser over to Heron. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser sends it in deep, touched by a flyer into the corner. Allows time for Lambert to get there. Heron stick lifts, clears out to Kaiser. Heron up to Lambert. Ames recovers again. Heron to Kaiser, sends it up along the near boards. Lambert pressures Kaiser with it at the near half wall. Shot saved by Sickles. Lambert on the near half wall. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser clears it out of the zone. Burke there to retrieve. West Main disrupts that connecting pass. Just over 5 to go here in the first period. Bucs on top 1-0. Goal by Boston Ewing. Deacon Benning pressuring here at center ice. Knocks it over to Evan Burke. Burke megs the defender, takes a shot high up over the crossbar. Benning met into the corner. Burns tries to keep it in. Evan Burke back on the back check. Benning to Ewing. We're going to get a delayed penalty here. Evan Burke in the offensive zone. Backhands it to Brody Burns. Takes a shot, saved by Ames. We're going to get another penalty by Ames for roughing. Bucs will go on another power play. Ray Kemper, Walker walked out, as well as Burns and Hentz. There's a shot deflected in front, saved by Ames goalie and covered up. Puck loose in the face-off dot. Walker's shot misses to the right of the net as we're watching it. Ames with it, coming through the neutral zone. Met by Red Kemper, dispossessed. Walker knocks it away. Hence into the corner. Tries to play it out. Flyers retrieve. Ames with the turnover at the blue line, sends it on ahead. 3 Bucs back, 4 Bucs back now. Back checking. Hence with it on the far side, carries it in. Pushes it ahead to walk too far in front. Backhand. Lambert with the shot, hits Walker in the skates. There's a shot and a save by Ames. And looks like Bucs are gonna get a penalty. 3 seconds to go. Another 4-on-4 with 3 seconds, and then Ames will have a power play. 3:12 left to go here. Covered up. Face-off win, deflected into Sickles again. Takes another 3 seconds off the clock. We do this about 26 more times, 27 more times. There we go. Heron wins the face-off. Clears the zone. Passes back to Hazel. Hazel flicks it on to Lambert. Tice with it, tries a long diagonal. Would have been icing if it went through. There's a shot towards the net, sticked away by Sickles. Tice tries to clear it up the far boards, met at the point. Carried in by Ames. Heron there dispossessed, plays it off the wall. Lambert deflects a shot in. Tice clears the zone. Ames has to check up. We have 30 seconds left to go on the penalty kill. Heron's going to take it in. Take it along the far side into the face-off dots. Takes a shot, misses behind the net. Cole Tice over at the point. Sends it towards the net. Ames clears it as they're changing. And we're going to get an offsides. 12 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Bucs. Ames wins the face-off back to center ice. Carries it into the far side. Ewing intercepts the pass, exits the zone. Penalty's over. Both teams are at full strength. Puck squirts all the way down the ice where it's covered up for a face-off. 97 seconds to go here in the first period. Bucs on top 1-0. Shorthanded goal by Boston Ewing is the only score of the game. Puck out to the point, shot across the goal mouth. Burke can't get a stick on it. Into the corner, Benning with it now. Shot toward net, blockered away to the far side. Maine keeps it in, puck ends up below the end line. Ames back to retrieve. Finally clears it out of the zone. We're not going to get icing, it's not going to be fast enough. Maine's back, plays it off the back wall to Burke. Kaiser retrieves behind his own net. Loses it. Centering pass. Hits him, the teammate right in the chest. Shot on net, saved by Sickles. Kaiser blocks the centering attempt, flicks it on away. Kaiser and Burke with it. Kaiser over to Burke, backhand, saved by Ames. Burke still with it into the corner, loses his edge and possession of the puck. Opportunity there for the Bucs. Good save by Ames. Ewing with it from the end line, backhands, and he scores. Boston Ewing gets his second. Backhand attempt from the end line. With 18 seconds to go, Bucs add another one. Ten seconds to go. Ames with an opportunity thwarted by Kaiser. Over to Burke. Sends it down the length of the ice. It's going to be the end of the period before icing gets called. Bucs tally a late one. go up 2-0 as we go into the second period. We'll be back in just a minute. Back here at the start of the second period. Bucs on top 2-0 thanks to 2 goals by Boston Ewing, 1 shorthanded.
Both Buccaneers goals by number 22, Boston Ewing.
Reckhemper with it along the near boards. Ames able to clear. Back into Walker, who sends it in towards net, deflected off into the corner. Grant walked with it below the end line, circles around the net, turns for a shot, reflected, pass walked. Bucs can't keep it in the zone, but gain possession. Burns. Reckhemper's pass. Oh, and we friendly fire there. Ames player hit in the back of the head, lost his stick. We're going to get offsides there. Yep. Very inadvertent. Reckhemper offsides. Puck was back and forth along the blue line. Hence back to retrieve the long face-off. Aaron weaves his way through a couple of orange jerseys, goes through the far side. There's a shot and a goal off the, no goal off the post. Rebound and the putback by Heron from Shizzle. Heron's first shot hits the post, no goal. Shizzle there to knock it in. Heron remains on the corner, then puts in the rebound. Hence up to Lambert. He gets upended. Heron with another shot, misses wide of the net. Puck gets past Cole at the half line. We're going to get an icing is the call. And Bucs are going to switch it up there.
Buccaneer goal by number 9,
Puck one back to Tice at the point. Flicks to the half wall. Ewing gets it back to Cole. Can't keep it in. Puck's going to float over the blue line as the Bucs were recovering. Ames plays it long in front of the wall, off the wall, past the goal. That equals icing in the referee's eyes. And we'll go back the other direction. Ewing with it. His pass blocked by a flyer. Ames with it along the far side. Centering pass knocked away. Tice pushes it to Hazel. Hazel up to Burke. We're going to get an icing as it went past two players' sticks, and neither one touched it. Face-off win, back to the point. Shot by Flyer, misses the net. Centering pass doesn't find anybody, works its way all the way out to center ice before it's gathered up by the Flyers. Walk with the poke check. Ray Kemper also there. Centering pass blocked by Walk, not clear to the zone though. West Main back to retrieve. Over to Walked. Takes it behind his own net. Pushes it up to Walker. Up to Ray Kemper. We're going to get an icing call. Waved off. Referee thought Ames player was close enough or pulled up so that it wouldn't be icing. We're going to get icing on this one as the puck went high up in the air and landed in the face-off dot. So we'll go back down to this end of the ice. Bucs on top 3-0. Heron wins the face-off. Back to Kaiser at the high slot. Kaiser's shot tipped by Shizzle into the belly of the Ames goalie and held up. Good opportunity there. Kaiser's shot went through a couple Ames players just to get to the net, and Shizzle was there. Kaiser able to keep the puck in. Shizzle carries it in. Heron with it here in the slot. A lot of congestion there. Backhands it weakly. Flyers finally get possession and some space before Heron's there to back check. Loses it behind him in front of his own bench. Lambert there to retrieve. Shizzle and Lambert. Not sure which one tapped it in below the end line, but Lambert intercepts that pass. Shizzle steals it away from the corner. Centering pass. Tried to clear it away. Ames finally gets it on the far side. Centering pass intercepted by Kaiser. Over to Heron. Heron's going to take it in. He's going to backhand shot deflection. This puck is still loose. Out to Ames at the face-off dot. Heron stick handles from the high slot. Blockered away by Ames. Lambert into the corner. Bucs are changing some players behind the ice, or behind the possession here. Burns kicks it in with the skate. Shot from Ewing. Parried away. Puck goes down the middle of the ice, and we're going to get an icing. Not sure how that didn't hit anybody, but we'll take the icing call again. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the period. Puck works its way to center ice where it's retrieved by Brody Burns. Burns at the far half wall. Plays it up against the boards. Burke is there. Benning. This shot deflects high up over the crossbar into the glass. Ewing with it. Oh, puck stays in, referee says. We'll take it high up off the glass, back to Hentz at the point. Puck is loose, Benning with it. Does the backhand. Ewing over to Burke in front of his own bench. Toe drags into his own player. Benning with the shot from the high slot. Misses to the far side of the net. Puck is loose behind the boards. Burke's gonna get a penalty for roughing. Ames still with it. There's a shot. Saved by Sickles. And Burke's gonna go in the box for his roughing. More retaliation than roughing. Bucs will be shorthanded for 90 seconds. 5:14 will be the time. Ames wins it back to their defense at the point, blocked by Walks. Walks coming around the near side. He's going to have himself an opportunity. Parries, glove saved by the Ames goalie. Reckhemper backhands it in towards the net where it's covered up. Good opportunity from Walkt. It looked like it was going in. Westvold just gets the tip of his glove on it to push it past the post. Puck out to neutral ice where we're going to get a offsides. Ames with it into their offensive zone. Met by Hazel, tries to clear it out. Caught at the blue line, kept in by Ames. Misses on the first one. Directs into the high slot where it's shot, gloved by Sickles, and frozen for a faceoff. 41 seconds to go in the penalty kill. 5:56 left to go here in the second period. Puck bashing all around. Hazel catches it. Flyers come out with it. Tice dispossesses before falling on the ice, and we're going to get a penalty for tripping. Against Ames. So we're going to go 4-on-4. Not sure if that was on Cole or somewhere away from the play, but we'll take a 4-on-4 here. Face off into the near half wall. Hazel tries to clear it in. Heron has it. It's a shot all the way down the ice. We're going to get an icing as we are still 4-on-4 for the next 7 seconds. Ewing wins it back to Maine, over to Kaiser. Up to Ewing. Ewing at the face-off dot, centering pass, gloved up by Westvold and held for a face-off as the penalty is expired. And the Bucs are now on a power play for the next minute. Kaiser's shot from the point, parried away by Westvold. Benning plays it back to Maine. Maine can't control it at the point. Ames going the other way with it. Kaiser back, pokes it away into the corner. Waits for the Cavalry. Backwards pass goes all the way. Benning's there chasing it. Benning with a shot. Not sure if that went in front of the net or over the net. Either way, it missed the net, goes all the way down, and we're going to get an icing. Opportunity there for Deacon Benning. As I mentioned, it couldn't tell if the shot went over the net or it went across the goal mouth. Either way, it didn't go in. And we'll get ourselves another face-off with 30 seconds to go on the power play. Flyers win the face-off. Try to clear it out of the zone. Maine keeps it in. Benning pokes it away. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Kaiser with it, carries it in to the blue line. Penalty's over. Both teams are at full strength. So we had a collision here, collision there. Meanwhile, Boston Ewing with it in the face-off dot. There's a shot low. Burke can't get it in, and Westvold covers it up for the Flyers. A lot of action there in the last minute. A couple pushes, a couple shoves, some checks. There's even a shot on net. Face-off win back to Burns, pushes it up against the boards. Puck is free down the boards for Burns. Plays it in along the near side, kept in at the point. It's a shot in, pushed away by Sickles. Hence with it. Back to Burns. The half wall, Walker can't get to it. Ames backhands it into the slot. Shot hits, I think his own player on its way to the net. Burns to Walks. Walks gonna take it through center ice. He's got 1-on-4 and he's gonna get met in the high slot. And we're gonna go, Walked is down. We'll pan away here for a moment. He just got his wind knocked out of him. Grant's on his knees, sitting up. He's now on his skates under his own power. He's going to skate off. Referees are conferring. I don't believe they're going to call anything. I think they're just going to discuss. Get a reset here while the refs are talking to Coach Kaiser. Bucs are leading 3-0. 3 minutes left to go here in the second period. We'll have a face-off to the left of the Ames goalie. No penalty will be assessed. I thought it was a clean hit, but it was a hard hit. Both teams are at full strength. Ames clears it out of the zone. Hence with it behind his own net. Still with it behind his own net. Plays it along the far boards. Kept in by a flyer. Heron clears the zone to Chisel. Back to Heron, over to Burns. Burns is coming along the near side into the face-off dot. Toe drags. Loses it to Ames. Ames clears the zone. Burns is back. Plays it up against the boards. Heron there, pick a pocket as he gets his pocket picked. Burns sends it back in behind the end line. Lambert's there. Over to Hentz. His shot's deflected by a flyer. Too slow on that one. Puck's going to get cleared all the way down the ice. And we're going to get icing with just under 2 to go. Hazel back with the flyer. Puck is loose. Sickles covers it up, and we'll get a face-off. Hazel there pestering enough to not get a solid shot off. Allowed the puck just to trickle. Easy cover up from Eli. Burke in front of the Ames bench. Plays a long diagonal pass. It's to the net, but it's going to get covered up by Westvold. He might have been able to let that one go for an icing. Instead, he covers it up. And we'll get a face-off down his area. Sure, one of the refs is talking to the penalty box attendant for Ames. Not sure what that was about, but Hazel pokes it away. Ewing up to Burke. Puck is lost in Burke's breezers. Finally drops down to the ice. Ewing plays it behind the net. Miscommunication between Burke and Benning. Benning pokes it away. Tice over to Burke. Burke tries to clear it out. Has it blocked by a flyer. Second attempt is good, and we'll have an offsides. With a minute to go, just over, here in the second period. Cole Tice behind the end line. That was a little bit from behind, I think, but no call from the refs. Walker tries to clear. Opportunity for the Flyers, overshoots the shot. I'm not sure why he didn't pull the trigger there. Perhaps was waiting for somebody on the backside. Never came. Either way, Ames with the shot on net, deflects wide for Sickles. Puck is cleared out by Walk. Walk's going to go the other way with it. 10 seconds to go. Opportunity, backhand, saved by Westfold. And we're going to get another penalty on Ames for roughing. And he knew it right away. Walked with the backhand shot, didn't go in. Gets checked from behind up against the boards. So for 6 seconds, we'll be on a power play here. And then we'll start the third period on a power play. Face-off was won back to Tice. And there's the buzzer for the end of the second period. Bucs on top 3-0. We'll be back for the third in just a minute. Back for the start of the third period. Bucs will start this one on a power play. Kaiser over to Heron. Heron with it at the face-off dot. Shot deflects over into the corner. Shizzle there to retrieve. Back to Heron behind the net. Shizzle with the shot. Never gets through. Heron back to Maine. Back to Heron. Into the corner. Back to Maine. Sets it up. Lambert pokes it away. Hits the top of the crossbar. Bounces over the net. And we're going to get a play into the bench in the offensive zone. So we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone. Yep, there you go. Referee comes over and says, nope, it was in the zone when the puck cleared. Maine can't keep the face-off in. Tries the backhand pass, intercepted by the Flyers. Sends it on towards net. Sickles covers it up for a face-off. You got 40 seconds left on the power play. Bucs out shooting the Flyers 20-10 at this point. As Ames wins the faceoff back to their defense. Shot on net, hits a player. Ooh, it deflected off a player's knee into the post. And Sickles was able to cover it up. That looked super dangerous. Just a nonchalant pass shot about waist level. Just deflected off a kneecap, and I believe it either hit the post or it hit Eli. Burke's going the other way with it on a breakaway. He can't control the puck off the initial attempt. He'll lose it into the corner. Puck is now loose for Kaiser. He sends it towards the net, deflected by a couple Ames players before it's gathered up. Tried to be clear. Kaiser passes up to Burke. Burke with a little low shot. Still loose. Ewing's shot misses wide of the net. Benning there, backhands it in front where Ames clears it away. Kaiser winds up, ends up going to Ewing, who tries to backhand it, hits a flyer in the skate, and goes the other way with it, 3-on-2. Good back check by Evan Burke. Ewing with a good check right at center ice. Puck gets dislodged to Hentz. Has it poked away back to his own zone where it's gathered by West Main. Main hits a flyer as the Bucs are changing. Walker, we're going to get offsides. Penalty is over. Has been for a couple seconds here. Apologize for that. Hence behind his own net, still with it. Carries around the near boards to Ray Kemper. Can't clear the zone. Puck works its way to Burns. Tries to chip it up to Ray Kemper. Walker tries to get it to Ray Kemper. Flyers have to change. Have to retreat to retrieve. Burns with it. Diagonal pass tipped and intercepted. Burns follows it up. It's now a 1-on-4. Walks, we're going to get an offsides. I think we're going to get coincidentals here. Burns and a flyer for roughing. Yep, 5-on-5. About 8 minutes. First stoppage after 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Both guys can come out of the box. There's a wind-up shot and a miss. Walker over to Walks. Walks still with it in front of the Ames bench. Still with it on his stick. Tries to get it towards the net. Goes behind the end line, down below the end line. Puck worked its way back to Walked in the corner. Met up against the boards. Centering pass. Walked, can't get a stick on it. Kemper lowers his shoulder. Ames player keeps it in. We're going to keep it in. We're going to get a shot from Ray Kemper, and we're going to get an interference penalty against Walked. Now he's going to get a misconduct. So there's a 10-minute. Reckamper's going to serve the penalty for walked. He's done for the rest of the game as he just got a 10-minute misconduct. Because I believe he made a comment the official didn't like. So we have Burns, walked, and Reckamper in the box for the Bucs. There's one in the box for the Flyers. The puck should be down in front of our own net because it was a penalty to us. Yep, now the referee's got it right. So we got a little over a minute for the coincidentals between Burns and the Flyer before they're able to get out of the box. And then walked is in for the rest of the game. And serving his penalty right now is Reckamper. Back to action. Kaiser able to clear the puck out, forcing Ames to recover. They send it in along the boards. Kaiser tries to backhand to himself. Heron's there below the end line. He's going to play it up along the boards. Puck is now loose in the middle. Lambert able to clear out of the zone. Heron with the check right at the blue line as they enter the zone. Nice diagonal pass, chased by Lambert. Lambert pokes it away, just delays a couple more seconds. Heron can't keep it in at the point. Ames going the other way. Puck is loose in the net. Sickles. Oh, early whistle. Early whistle. Referee thought that it was covered up by Eli, when in fact it was not. I've lost the scoreboard clock for just a moment. We're going to have a tripping call on Ames. So we'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 22 seconds. And the Bucs will have a power play. See if I can get this clock back in time. There's 8:07 left to go. There's a shot towards the net, blocked away. Puck down at the other end for an icing, so we'll just leave it here. So I'm trying to refresh camera feed. There we go. Not a lot happened, just face off and an icing call. 12 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Ewing wings it to the near corner. Ames clears the zone out. Reckamper on the ice now for the Bucs, who have a power play. Hazel up to Burke. Puck is high up in the air. Burke with it. Puck's sitting on the blue line. Squirts out to Tice, center ice. Tice just whacks at it, clears it out of the zone. Gathered up by the Flyers behind their own net. Trailing 3-0 halfway through this third period. There's a shot. Sickles parries away with the stick. 22 to go on the power play. Bucs really haven't had any possession in this power play. It's been all Flyers. Centering pass to the high slot. There's a shot. Misses the far side of the net. Not sure if the Bucs realize that we have more men than they do. But now both sides are at full strength. So puck goes down. Flyers retrieve, can't control the pass. Carries into the neutral zone. Excuse me, deflected into the neutral zone. Gathered by Ames, coming off the bench. Burke with it. Takes it behind his own net. Stick handles out of his own area. Sends it in deep. We're going to get another penalty on Ames for tripping. Burke sends the puck in, gets tripped for his troubles, and Flyers with another penalty. And the Bucs will go on another power play. Heron, Reckhemper, Walker out there, along with Hentz and Burns. Reckhemper battles below the end line. Heron passes back out to Burns. Burns' pass goes high over the net. Reckhemper with it over to Hentz. Excuse me, that's Burns. Burns shot towards the net. Heron with it. Shot blocked by Westfold. Karams back to Burns. Burns uses his skates to retrieve. Heron over to Hentz. Hentz from the point. Pass it, Cam. There you go. Over to Burns, who is coming to switch sides. Burns pass to Heron just too far in front. Heron loses his balance. Icing's waved off. Ames is going to clear it down to the other end. It's not going to get there for icing, so Hentz is back below the end line. 25 to go on the power play. Puck is high up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off. With 4:50 to go. Face-off win to Kaiser. Can't clear out the puck. Ames. Main with it, just sends it down the ice. We're going to get an icing with 10 seconds to go. Make the easy pass. Ten seconds to go on the power play. Heron wins to Kaiser. Can't clear out. Flyers with it. Heron pokes it away, gathers in front of his own net. Takes it behind. The penalty is over. Both sides are at full strength. Heron pokes it away to Main. Main up to Heron. Heron with Lambert. Kaiser backhands it. Heron retrieves in the high slot. He's got to lose his balance, referees say. He was on one skate. Kaiser keeps it in. Under 4 to go here in the third period. Shizzle now retrieves behind the net. Heron retrieves at the half wall. Over to Lambert. Lambert over to Shizzle. There's a shot in front of the net. Crosses the goal crease into the corner. Flyers retrieve. Heron tries to keep it in at the blue line, and we're going to get an offsides. And a good stoppage for the Bucs to retreat. Get some fresh legs on the ice. Benning with it, center ice. Regroup, boys. Practice it for 2 weeks. Flyers send it in below the end line. Tice retrieves it to Ewing. Flyers still with it in the zone. Shot on net, gloved by Sickles with exactly 3 minutes to go here in the game. Burke with it on the near boards. Carries into the neutral zone before the puck is poked away. Flyers send it in behind the net. Tice there. Benning in front of his own bench. Loses the puck to the Flyers. Pushes it up to the face-off dot, into the slot. There's a shot and a goal. Ames gets a goal late here in the third. Turnover in our own zone. Bucs lead this one 3-1. Kaiser over to Walker, over to Hentz. Hentz gains the zone, leaves it for Walker at the point. Walker flicks it on ahead. Oh, kerfluffle action here at the point. We're gonna get a tripping call on Ames. Bucs are gonna be a power play. I thought maybe he would have called it for the headshot on Kaiser, but end result's the same. Bucs are gonna go on a power play for almost the rest of the game. Be real nice to put another one on the board here, but with this line, we have 3 defensemen and 2 forwards. So working on possession. Possess into the corner. Walker there. Redkemper there. Burns sends it back below the end line. Wraps around to the near half wall. Played around the boards. Walker there to retrieve it. We're going to get a penalty for interference. So we're going to go 4-on-4 for a minute. Minute 36 left to go in the game. We'll have 4-on-4 for a minute. And then the Flyers will have a 30-second power play, essentially to close out the game. Flyers win the face-off. Hence at his own end, flips it high in the air, clears the zone. We're going to have an offsides. Referee says we'll have center ice offsides. Possession. There you go, Walker poking it away. Flyers with it. Hence up to Walker. It's a shot towards the net. Hence there. Centers towards the goal, and it's covered up by Westvold as we go just under a minute left in the game. 22 seconds left, a 4-on-4. Hence shot from the high slot, interfered with by a stick. Flyers coming away with it. Around the near boards, chips it up ahead. Sickles covers for a face-off. 45 seconds to go. Bucs on top, 3-1. I'm guessing Ames might pull their goalie when the penalty expires. Face-off win back to Flyer shot, hits their own teammate. Flyers penalty is over. Goalie staying there. Could be a 6-on-4 if they wanted, but Hazel's with it. Centering pass over to Ewing. Ewing tips it ahead into the corner. Shizzle's going to give chase. Puck is loose behind the net. 10 seconds left to go in this one. Penalty is over. Puck goes into the corner. Ewing with it. Takes it behind his own net up against the boards. And this one's going to end in favor of the Buccaneers. 3-1. Goal scored. Boston Ewing with 2. Graham Heron with the 3rd. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Our next game will be 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We will play Waterloo Blackhawks. We haven't played them yet this year, but we've seen them at a couple tournaments, so it should be a really good matchup on a Saturday morning. We hope you all can tune in. Otherwise, get your butts to the Recplex. Cheer on these boys. Last tournament of the year. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I will see you tomorrow morning. Go Bucs.